What are these ads in Street Fighter 5? What ads? I don't see any ads. What are you talking about?
North America.
There's no ads going.
Let's begin.
Hey, what's up, guys? I thought it'd be a good time to make a video discussing the recent crazy amount of ads that have been added to Street Fighter 5 just out of nowhere right before Capcom Cup for Season 4. I just finished my stream, and I definitely want to talk about it because so many of you guys were asking me questions about it, and I was quite caught off guard on how insane it actually was. I didn't actually give you guys any news video on it that Capcom was adding a bunch of ads to the stages, a bunch of ads to the character costumes, and of course an actual ad during the loading screen before your match. And you know, I'll be honest with you guys, when I first read this, I didn't think it was a big deal. Like, I really didn't think it was a big deal to even mention it, because, you know, you can turn it off. I am aware you can turn these off, but I still have my concerns about this, and it's really, really wacky how it was executed, and I'm not really sure how this is going to help things. I think this is just going to make people make fun of Street Fighter 5 and turn it into a meme game. There's a lot of jokes to it, but, I mean, there's better ways to do this. So I guess I'll start off by saying that the ads or logos themselves on these character costumes look terrible for many, many characters. They look completely tacked on. They look like one of these characters fell asleep during a party and someone snuck up to them in their sleep and put a bunch of stickers all over their body, and they woke up and they didn't know they were on them. Most of these logos look terrible. They're just cluttered with logos. Like one logo on their shoulder, I get. But some of these characters have like 8, some on their backs. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a logo underneath Sagat's eye patch. We don't even know about it. They're everywhere. And there's some characters where like where the logos they put them are just like replacing what makes the character the character. I mean, Guile's American flag tattoo is replaced by his CPT logo, or Akuma, his kanji on his back is replaced when he does his raging demon. It's like boom, ads in your face. And there's some of the characters that like they literally add belts to them, right? Because some of them are not wearing too much clothing, and they just don't know where else to put these logos. Because I guess there has to be a limited amount of logos that to put on, so they put on these belts, and it looks terrible. Honestly, it looks really dumb. And you know, you kind of walk into the stream or you walk to the game, you're like, what happened to this game, man? With these ads, you know. And there are some characters that are not CPT friendly with their default costumes, such as Armika or Cammy, which are a great example. They actually have their, I think it was their story mode costumes. Some other different costumes actually have the ads on them. I'm not sure if all the colors are unlocked for you guys, but it's like 1 to 10. They don't have the 15. And of course, it's up to you if you want to pick them. Now, the incentive for all these crazy amount of ads that they're adding everywhere is that you'll get fight money if you turn them on. But it's not even worth it. Playing one match will get you 8 fight money. Playing a match on a CPT stage, which you don't always have control over, will give you 12 fight money. And I think there's even a cap limit to it, because there were some matches we were playing on the stream, I didn't get any fight money at all, going through the stress of the ugly logos. And yeah, man, I think the cap limit is like somewhere around 100 or 150 fight money. It's like nothing. Unless you're so desperate and you're completely drained of fight money. I mean, that's the only time I can see people not getting sick of these ads within a single day. I'm already going to turn them off. And, you know, the CPT logo is just a placeholder. I'm sure in the future they're going to have different types of ads on these, like the logo placeholder spots. But seriously, there is way better ways to do this, which I'll go over in a bit here. One big concern as well is that these ads that they're having, that they placed during the loading times actually make the loading times longer. I cannot believe it. It literally says they will not. Capcom's like, they won't affect the loading times. Don't worry. They definitely do, man. And you're stuck with that bundle screen on there for so long. And honestly, one of the most ridiculous things is that Capcom is not advertising Capcom Cup in the game. What's going on, man? Why are they not advertising Capcom Cup? This is the World Tournament. It should be on every loading screen. Yo, this is where you tune in. This is the channel. Because the whole point of these ads is to get eyeballs to make money, to get people to purchase things, right? And I think it would benefit way more if people knew what the hell CPT was. What do these logos mean? Capcom Cup is this weekend. Get more viewers in the stream. Advertise the tournament. And whatever future tournaments come throughout next year. That will get eyeballs on the stream, and that will help the ads or whoever is sponsoring these events to make more money in the first place. Now most people, it's not even enough fight money incentive. Most people are probably going to turn these things off. It was a good laugh at first during my stream, but then after I just got sick of it, of course, right? So that loading time thing, they definitely got to get figured out. I mean, people are literally joking around. People are waking up, turning on the game, going into training mode, and training mode takes forever to get into because of all these damn ads and the loading screens. It's really, really silly. Oh, man. So, I think some examples that they could have done it better. Like, one thing Capcom could have done better is actually make these costumes cool. I think when they did the Red Bull event, right, these Red Bull costumes were actually pretty cool. They had some unique colors, and there were some people that legitimately wanted some of these Red Bull costumes, especially the Akuma one, for example. And I think all they had to do is these logo sponsored costumes, just make them original. You don't have to have every character. Just start adding them in. Make them look cool. And don't cluster them with stickers all over them. You know, put them in proper spots. Like, one logo is all you need. We get it. You know, the VS loading screen has so many of the logos. It's like, damn, man. It's like, how can you miss it? You know? And that's one way to do it. And you know, at the end of the day, they should just have a community hub in the game to properly advertise sponsors and events. Like, you know, Street Fighter is very behind when it comes to these things, especially when esports is what's kicking it into gear in the first place, right? Esports is so important for Street Fighter 5 to keep it alive, especially now they're going to Season 4, and the game's starting to get stale because it's so old now. And we need to know what events are coming up, like who's streaming right now, what kind of community videos we have, you know, anything. There are big communities for Street Fighter 5, but they're external. They're not part of the game, whether it comes to Reddit, right? Whether it comes to YouTube or Twitter or whatever. So I really think, I don't know if they can't make it from the ground up, that's the issue, but I think logging in the game and not knowing about Capcom Cup is just silly. It's just crazy. It's Wednesday now. It's Wednesday. We have, you know, 2 more days till LCQ, and this is going to be one of the hypest tournaments of the year, if not the hypest. One concern I also have about these logos is I'm really worried Capcom is going to force pro players to use these costumes, and I think that would suck. I really do think that would suck. I think it'd be better that players see a cool looking costume that a pro is using and they say, hey, I want to buy that. I think that's more useful than people tuning into a stream and see the same logo plastered all over the stage, character, and we're gonna see it during the loading screen too if the cameraman doesn't switch it fast enough, and it's just gonna look silly, man. So I'm definitely concerned about that. I hope Capcom does not force people for these CPT events ahead of time, and they really take a look at these costumes. You know, at the end of the day, man, when it comes to these sponsors or what you're selling, whether it's a headphone company or a monitor company or something, when you look into the big esports games of this day, I mean, Daigo wearing a HyperX headphones is going to make people want to get HyperX headphones. Not HyperX headphones ads all over people's bodies, okay? Seeing pro players play on these legless Zowie monitors is going to make people want to buy Zowie monitors. You guys get it. Not Zowie monitor logos everywhere. And that's just how it is to this day. So I really hope that Capcom, you know, takes a look at the feedback on this, because a lot of people are making fun of it right now, going forward with Street Fighter 6 someday, right? I have nothing against the esports side. That's what's keeping it alive. I know that, but I think it could be executed much better. So if you guys want to know my thoughts on this, that's my thoughts. I'm turning off these logos. It's not worth the 8 fight money. It's driving me crazy. Costumes look ugly. But it did make room for a lot of jokes, that's for sure. So hopefully Capcom could improve it. And that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of these ads. Are they too intrusive? Did you turn them off? Or you guys think it doesn't really matter since you can turn them off anyways? I'm just concerned if they're going to force the pros to use it during the CPT events. Do me a solid, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a lot of Street Fighter content coming out next week. Probably if Season 4 hits right away, I'll be very busy. Like the video as well. It really helps out. Get the word out. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.